so I'm going to go ahead and let's get going. Let me get this off of here and we'll get started. I keep wanting to go over there. Well, you're just going to see both slides. That's okay. We'll just do it that way. All right, so let's get back up to the front. So what we're going to talk about today, I put on the invite Magic School and CoPilot, but I wanted to throw in there Canva too. All three of these are available currently to you in Galveston ISD. All three of them, Magic School being one that is free, so I don't have that coming through your ClassLink, but Canva is coming through ClassLink, and then CoPilot is just part of your Office suite that we use, Outlook and all of that. So I'm going to look at all three of these. I'm going to spend a few minutes on each one. It's going to be a real quick run through because I want to make sure that you get the information, but it's really just going to be an overview of some different AI tools that we have in the district. Now we have several AI tools. These are the ones that I know are generally available for everybody. So our objectives is to really understand the norms for the safe and responsible use of AI, because you can use AI in a way that might not work well for working with your students or as for you as well. So we want to make sure that we're using it safely, we're following the norms. Of course, I'm going to introduce you to 3 AI tools and some examples of how you might be able to use it right away. And then also know where you can get some help. So why are we talking about AI right now? Well, it's already here. In fact, we're probably a little behind talking about it right now. Students know about it, they're using it, parents know about it. And so it's now time for us to figure out how we're going to fit this into education. It can help teachers work smarter, it can work faster, but you have to use it well. I use AI almost daily, and I use it just to be more efficient. So there are things that might take time for me normally to do if I'm thinking about writing something, or maybe I want to respond to somebody in an email, but I need to give a few details. It's much quicker and easier, more efficient if I just throw some words in AI and say, please create this email, or please create this flyer, or please create. It just makes me a little more efficient, frees up time. So that it can also do that for you. And good norms and realistic expectations now, it means fewer problems later. So especially if you are going to start working with your students using AI up front, if they know exactly what your expectations are, then that's going to make it a lot easier moving forward. When they get into using it, they're going to know what you expect them to do and what you expect them not to do with it. So on our little chat in our Teams, go ahead and find that chat. It might take a minute. It took me a minute. Are you already using AI in school? Let me know if you're already using it. And if you are using it, how are you using it? Have you used it to do some lesson plans? Have you used it for a newsletter, or maybe helping you write emails to parents? Take a minute or two and do that. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Okay, Stephen says not at all, and that's okay. This is a good start. And you're okay. And so Maria's been using it to create some worksheets. So hopefully we'll give you some information today, Stephen, and maybe you'll try it out and see what you think. So let me get my screen shared back again. There we go. So this is much better. Let me move this over here. All right. So let's move forward. So we do need to have some norms when we're using AI in education, because AI isn't going to take over. It is not going to be the teacher in the classroom. It is not going to think for you. It's not going to think for your students. What you need to look at it as is as a support tool. So AI can be your thinking partner. It can help you come up with things. Like Maria said, she uses it to help her make worksheets, but she doesn't do it and then just put them out there without reviewing and making sure that what it created is what she wants. You always have to review and edit anything that you're using AI to help you create. AI can have hallucinations, meaning it can tell you things or put things in writing that it just knows through all the stuff that it's picked up, but it isn't really accurate for what you've asked it. So always review and edit what it produces for you. One of the things that people say is use AI to do the heavy lifting, 80% of it, but then you use the other 20% is you refining it and making it correct and making sure that it's doing what you want it to do. You also, when you're using AI, and when we look at these 3 different AIs in a little bit, what you want to keep in mind is you do not want to put in personal information into AI. You don't want to put your own personal information into AI, but you also want to make sure that you're protecting your students' information. So you need to be very careful, especially if you're maybe using it to create emails to parents and things like that. You don't want to put personal identification information in as you're having it help you create your email. You want to be very generic with that because you don't want to have that information to be stored somewhere and possibly used later on. So always protect student information and protect, of course, your information. So there are school districts that are really pushing this right now, using AI with students. We haven't really come up with a plan on how we would process doing that, but I do want to let you know that you need to make sure that you do have some norms in place if you're using it with students. You need to let your students know, especially the older students. I know Maria's students, yours are a little young, so they might not be using it in a way that they would need to know these things. But for the older high school students, which I believe Stephen, I'm not sure what grade you're teaching, to be honest with you. I had about 3 people signed up from Burnett, and I had about 3 people signed up from Ball. But anyway, you want to make sure that you explain that AI is like a thinking partner to the students. And any facts or anything that they get back from AI, they need to make sure that they double check those facts. Just because AI says it doesn't mean it's exactly correct. You just need to, caution them to always be cautious. Again, what we said in the last slide is to keep your information private. We want to make sure that you're not giving personal information, personal identification information out. And then very important, don't use AI to cheat. You're not going to take AI and use it to write an essay that you were told to write for your English class. And then if you are unsure, this is for students, you need to ask. Always ask the adult in the room or ask your parent if you're using AI. If you're not sure if you're supposed to use AI or not, that's another time when they would need to ask. All right, so these are the 3 we're going to look at today: Magic School, Canva, and this is Microsoft 365 CoPilot, so it's already built in. So Magic School is an extension that you put into your Chrome. So I'll show you real quickly where you go to get that. And it's accessible while you're in Chrome. Now, there is also a paid version of Magic School, and we do have one campus, Austin, that is piloting the paid version of Magic School right now, so they do have it in their class link. But it is geared towards education. So it has a lot of built-in apps already that helps with writing lesson plans, doing rubrics, creating writing prompts. The free version, which we have access to, has some limitations. And then the premium version kind of gives you a little more freedom in there. It's great for saving time, but you always need to personalize that output. So let's look at Magic School. See where I'm going to next. Yeah, so we'll do Magic School. So let me find my apps here. All right. So Magic School is a tool that is going to be up here on your extensions, but you have to put it on. So to do that, if you're in your Chrome, which is what I'm in right here, you would go over to the three little dots and you would go down to extensions and you would go to the Chrome Web Store. Okay, so the three little dots, extension, Chrome Web Store. And you'll get there. You type in Magic School. And you'll find it right here. Mine says it's already installed, but what you would do is click on it. And right up here, it would say install. So you would click install and it would install that extension for you. Once it installs it, it would be underneath this little, looks like a puzzle piece. So what I did so that I could see it all the time is I pinned it. So I hit that little pin and it made it stay up there all the time. So for me, that makes it easy to go to Magic School. By just clicking on that, it'll take me to my Magic School. But what it also does, let me open another screen here. Let's see if I can just go somewhere. Let's see, let's go here. All right, so when I go somewhere, what it does is it has this little M that kind of floats over the page. So I can get to Magic School at any time. So if I click on that little M, sign in real quick, then the tool pops up. And this tool is Raina. So Raina is similar to ChatGPT. It actually uses ChatGPT's knowledge, but you can type the question right there. And you can just start working in it right there. Now I can go over here to tools and I can see that these are the things that are built in for Magic School. So Magic School, again, is geared towards teachers. So here's one, worksheet generator, which I know that's what Maria said she's been doing, is creating worksheets. So I can use that and say, okay, we'll create a worksheet for kindergarten and have it be the life cycle of a butterfly. And let's see what happens here. That's one thing about AI. It's going to take a little bit to generate. And so here it is. Now I said kindergarten, so I would think that the reading level on this probably is not kindergarten, but it kind of gives me an idea of some things that I can do. I can do a fill in the blank. It's got some multiple choice. Maybe I could do that with pictures, but it makes a very quick worksheet. Now, if I liked it, I could copy it. I could paste it maybe in my Google document, and then I can edit it and change it out, do whatever I want to do. Now, if I go into Magic School itself, and you can get a free account. Now, mine does say enterprise because I'm part of that Austin pilot. So mine looks maybe a little bit different. But once I get in there, I want you to look really closely. What I just looked at and did was Raina. And then I did a worksheet generator with Raina. But when you look in here, you can see there are many other little things that you can use. You can have a presentation generator, a rubric generator. All of these, when you click on them, or email responder, you click on them, and then you can say, email you're responding to. Well, that's nice. So you can actually put the email you're responding to, and then what would you like to say? And then it'll generate it in a professional way. So I think that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that one before, where you can actually paste the email you're responding to. So you get something from a parent, you're not sure how to respond. You can go into Magic School, find the email responder, paste in what they wrote, tell them what you're kind of wanting to say, but you're not sure how to say it, and you can generate your response. So that's just one of the many tools in Magic School. Again, we already talked about the presentation generator. If you want to make a professional email, here's the one that I'm used to. So you would just say what you want to write. Let's see what happens. Just do this. And we will generate that response. Now, what you'll get good at as you continue to use AI more is you'll get good at writing your prompts. So my prompt was very short, but as I look at it, if I decide that I need it to highlight some skills that I have that they didn't highlight in this one, then I can say revise and add this information and it can revise it. So, but that was very quick. So this doesn't look too bad. I'm writing to express my interest in a teaching position at Ball High School in Galveston. I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your school. So all of that from AI so that I didn't have to think of that. So what that did for me is it just freed up some time. I mean, I could possibly get to that point, but it might have taken me a little more time to do it. All right, so many more teacher tools. We only have, a few more minutes, so I want to get into the next one. So I believe the next one we're going to look at is Canva. So I already have that pulled up here. Canva, you can get to from your class link. It's already there. If you have classes, it actually has your students in there as well in classes. So you could use Canva with your students. So Canva has just regular, if anyone has used Canva before, you use Canva to create presentations. You can use it for videos now. You can use it for social media posts. You can use it for flyers, all kinds of things. But it also can be used with students. And it has a feature now that's part of education where it can generate things for as like worksheets and things like that. So it does have an AI feature. If I click this, it moves it over to here. So this is Canva AI. So with AI, I can tell it what I want to do. So when I click in this little box here in Canva, do I want it to make a design? Do I want a social media post? Do I want a presentation? So all these different things that I can tell it to make. So we're going to make a presentation. Let's see. Or you can also make student activities. I wanted to show you that as well. So let's have it make an image. And we're going to make an image. Let's see if it can do this. I haven't tried it yet on this one. And we're going to do, since we were doing this earlier, we'll say life cycle of a butterfly. Let's see if it'll do that. I am asking it to make an image of that. All right, so here's several different ones that are there. So I can choose one of those and I can edit it. I can probably write some words on that. So when you're looking for AI to create images, Canva is really good at that. I mean, a lot of the different AIs will do it, but Canva is really good at that. Now we could go back and we could have it create an activity. We could have it create a document. It actually does code too, but it's probably too much to go into for the short amount of time that we have. But there's so many things that you can do with Canva AI, and it's right there in your class link. You just have to click on it and go in and see what you can do. What I would do if I'm just starting out with AI, I probably wouldn't get into it with my students, but I would try to think of one thing that maybe would be a quick thing to make that I haven't been able to do before, but I'm going to see if AI will do it. Or maybe I want to go into Magic School and see if it can help me write a lesson plan, which that's one piece of Magic School as well. It can generate a lesson plan. Maybe there's something I've been teaching for many years, but I might want to change it up and let me see what Magic Schools can do for me, because you can pull in your teaks and tell it what teaks to address and see what can happen there. All right, so that's AI and Canva. So it's very easy, quick. But the other one I wanted to show you was CoPilot. Now, CoPilot, this little icon, you'll see in many of the different Office applications that we use. So if I opened up my email right now, let's see if we can find my email. Let's see, I'm gonna just click on it on the bottom. Hold on. Got so many things open now. Let's close. There it is right there. All right, so even in my email, you'll see that I have CoPilot over here on the side. And so when I click on CoPilot in my email, I can say, since it's opened in an email, just really quickly, you can see, it can say, summarize this email, summarize and reply to this email. So it can reply for me or suggest my next step. So that's just a real quick. So I can say, let's say, summarize this email. This is the person I was telling you that couldn't get in. Draft a response with an updated link. Let's see what happens. So see how quick that was? It actually pulled the information to you. So, I mean, that's built right into your Outlook that you can do. So you've got an email from a student or a parent and you want to reply to it. You can have CoPilot help you reply. What I've done is I've had CoPilot help me make certain replies. And then if I need to just send something, I have some templates that I've created. So if there's a question that comes every time or many times, I can just use my template, go find the one that I need to do and say, use this template. So I've got a couple of templates in there. So there's one. So, and it pops it right in there. So that's another way that you can use it under templates. Create the template with your CoPilot and then put a template in there. All right. So another place that you'll see CoPilot is in your Teams. So in my Teams, I'll see it. Also, if you open up 365 on the web, CoPilot will be right there under chat. So this works much like ChatGPT. Excuse me. Let's see, I think I had an idea of one here. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, I closed it out. Hold on. Let's see. We'll just save space. We'll see what happens. Now, if I had more information, I would put in the actual teaks that I wanted to address. So that's it. I didn't say. So let me refine this with teaks. Oops, I didn't spell Texas right. Yeah, there it is. They fixed it. So here you go. Now, this looks great, and I can take this and run with it. But what I really want to do once I get all this, because it'll say, do you want me to make a worksheet for you? I could say yes, it'll make me a worksheet. But before I do all that, I want to make sure that what it's telling me and what it's saying is correct. Because again, it can hallucinate, it can give you the wrong information. So you always want to proof it. It can do the heavy lifting for you, but then you need to make sure that you add your touches to it as well. And so that is CoPilot. So let's go back to our presentation. So we looked at Magic School, Canva. Again, it's free for K-12. So we looked at that one, and that one, it created us an image of the life cycle of a butterfly. And you can also use it to do newsletters and flyers and all that kind of stuff. We didn't get into that part of Canva. And then 365 CoPilot. It can help you with drafting emails. I showed you that. It can help you with brainstorming. Think of it as a thinking partner. It can help you summarize. So maybe you can just put some text in there that you think might be a little too much and see if it can summarize for you. And it can help you create, just like creating those lesson plans. And so do use AI as your helper, but not your replacement. Make sure you review and fact check the information you're getting out of AI, and make sure that you protect the privacy of yourself and your students. And then also talk to students about appropriate use, especially if you have older students, they're using it. So you need to make sure that it's not something you just don't talk about, that you tell them do not use AI on this, or if you use AI on this, only use it to help you think. Don't use it to completely create the product. Don't share personal information or confidential information. Don't trust AI blindly, and don't skip teaching students the right way to use it. So it's kind of like the elephant in the room. I mean, they're using it, so we really need to address how they're using it. And so in the spring, try Magic School. Maybe try it to make a rubric or a prompt. Try Canva and maybe draft a newsletter or something. CoPilot, try it for email drafting. It's right there in your email while you're working in your email, and share with your team what works. Because if somebody's got some good tools there you want to, and they know about, you would rather them share with you. So share with your team as well. So these are some resources. I'll send this out to you once we finish. I'll send this whole presentation out so you can click on links. And do you guys have any questions? All right, so that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and doing this. And hopefully you guys will try something. And if you do, let me know. Send me an email. And thank you so much for taking the time. It's 4:34. I went 4 minutes over. I hope you got something out of it, and have a good Friday. It's almost the weekend.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.